An interesting situation we have here on the GBPAUD. If you look at what's happening on the daily time frame, we will observe that this is a downtrend situation that has been in play since the month of February this year. If you remember, I have shared the publication on this pair sometimes a couple of weeks ago, where we identified a structure that looks more like a reversal pattern around this area, where we were looking for a breakout of structure to signal a potential bullish momentum at this point. However, if you notice what has been happening since mid-March, we notice that price has continued to reject this level multiple times, hereby emphasizing the strength of the sellers at this juncture in the market. So with this information having here on the daily time frame, I have no other choice but to identify this zone as a supply zone. And also, to make things more clearer, we need a key level to act as a guiding parameter going into the new week. So if we have a support around here, we will be having a key level right at 1.776 to be our guide going into the new week. So if you allow me to label this, we have it at 1.776 area as we look for structures right below that level as a confirmation or as a signal of a trend continuation to the downside. Considering the long-term bearish momentum on this pair, it makes more sense that a selling opportunity is more visible from this point at 1.766776 area. So with a supply zone identified around this area, and as we see that price has been finding it very difficult to break out of that structure in the last 2 months, it's more evident that the sellers are probably very strong at this point, or probably want to see a one more move to the downside retracement phase before that bullish move happen. So if we are looking for a retracement phase before the bullish happen, then this will definitely be an impulse leg to work with, where we will be looking for a retracement into the golden zone area after we probably that bullish momentum we expect in the last 2 weeks will finally happen. So scaling down to a much lower time frame, let's say the 1 hour time frame, I have got a scenario here where we identified a bullish trend line here on the 1 hour time frame. And if you see what has been happening since the later part of last week, we noticed that price successfully broke down that trend line to give us a signal that there is a selling opportunity really at this juncture in this market. So with that selling opportunity, with that breakdown, we had a confirmation in the form of a retest of that trend line. As we can see, we saw the breakdown of the trend line, a retest of that trend line, which is a confirmation. We had a break below of that key level, which I said earlier will be our guide going into the new week, and we saw price appears to be continuing to the downside. So with this information in hand, what I did was I placed a pending order right at 1.77004 with the hopes of looking for a slice through that area, where if I see price come back into that key level, I might be open to adding further more position to this trade in this regard. So with an entry point at this level and a stop loss right above that key level with about 80 pips thereabout, I'm aiming at a 240 pips take profit target. And what is the criteria for this take profit target? Well, if you notice what I said on the daily time frame, I identified this impulse leg where I said we want to be looking for a retracement into this leg because we don't know when that bullish move will happen based on the reversal pattern we identified on the daily time frame. So at least for the meantime, let's look for a take profit target right within the golden zone for the meantime. And if price breaks through that level, then we can be looking for opportunities to add more position as price goes to the downside. So since this scenario has happened now, what I did was that I pulled out my retracement tool and run it through that impulse leg to find a golden zone area right around between 50 to 78.6% retracement of that impulse leg, which falls around this area. And what I'm thinking now is this: my take profit target will definitely be around here. So I chose the 618, close to the 618. I chose a psychological level around that 618 area, which falls at 1.74 500 as my take profit target. So at this point, I would like to pause the video and let's see how price action reacts going forward based on the structure identified earlier. Please note that I shall always give updates in the comment section below on my TradingView account as as frequent as possible as price action is being monitored. Thank you for watching and do have a wonderful day.